Well, hello YouTube, and welcome back to Retired for Life. So as you can see, the storm has come in and gone by. So this was our first winter storm. So we're out to have a look at our trail cameras to see how they've done. So we're just going to make our way through the bush here, check each of the cameras, make sure that they're still operational, and maybe take a look at some of the captures that are on a couple of them. So this camera looks fine, but we'll connect up to it, make sure it's still working. Now a couple of the cameras are pretty close to the ground, so it's possible that they got buried in snow. So we need to go around and check them. Plus there's a few other things that I want to show you that we can take advantage of when we've got a fresh snowfall like this. So let's check this one out, and then we'll continue moving along the trail. So one of the big advantages of the fresh snowfall is you get a pretty good idea of what wildlife is moving around and where they're moving. And that really helps with proper placement of cameras. Like right here, I'm watching a deer trail that came through here, and then it was crossed by another trail. This looks like coyote. So the coyote went off and up this hill here, and the deer came down through this valley right towards where you guys are. But it's still not what I would call a higher traffic area. But it's still interesting to see. So we're going to continue along and see if we can find a spot where there's a few more trails from the animals going through, because I do have one camera that I know is in a bit of a dud spot I want to relocate. So let's move farther along and see what we can find. So here's another camera here. Now there are tracks, oh, and there are fresh tracks too. Now that's a nice location. That camera is lined up perfectly with that. And there's a little bit of snow on it, but it looks fine. I can just make out the tip of the hoof there in that track. They're partly covered with snow, but this was a deer that was just heading off in this direction here. When you can see the formation of the footprint, then you know what direction they're going in. So far, all cameras are checking out good. I've got one more a little farther up here, and this is the one that I think that is not seeing any action. So let's go up and check it out. All right, so we're at the bottom of this hill, Dead Pine Hill. You can see that pine is very dead, and there's another one there, and then there's this nice tall one over here that I'm going to harvest before it comes down. So as suspected, I'm not seeing much at all in the way of tracks around this particular camera. Well, there are a few. One set of tracks there. But not too much. No, okay. Camera is intact. No problem there. But what am I seeing up here? All right, folks, I think we have found a spot to relocate this camera to. So a lot of the tracks we're seeing here are from me walking back in here. So I've got to make sure to leave flags along this path so that I can find the camera later on. Okay, so these will make it easier to find this. Now this is part of the Road to Nowhere path, but this is a spur off of it that I've only started developing. So there's a ways to go on it. And it is not going to be tractor accessible, just bike, walking, or ATV. Okay, I'm going to put a few more markers as we go here, and then I'll show you the spot when we get to it. All right, here's the path. Now, this is a path that I worked on a few years ago, but haven't gotten any farther. This area was logged out. Used to be a cedar, but everything was taken out of it. And now these giant thorn bushes have overgrown in here. That's what that is. So, huge job, but I really want to get back in here and get this cleaned out and replant it. All right, this is the tree we're going to use. I pulled some of the thorn bushes out here to help give them a clear path. It looks like it's deer that are going up and down here, and coyote. I saw a few sets of deer tracks and one set of coyote prints in here. All right, let's get our camera in place and then get back to the ATV. All right, there we go, folks. Camera number 5 has got a new location. Good, we're all set here. Well, I hope you've been enjoying today's video, and if you have, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up and share it around. And if you've got any comments, thoughts, suggestions, anything like that, I'd love to hear from you. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel. That would really help. All right, let's get back to work. All right, folks, we're down at the E9 camera here at the bottom of the hill, and it's running fine. I just checked it. It's a Wi-Fi camera, so I just downloaded the videos that were on it, and there is only a couple, so not much going on there. So we've got one more camera farther back in we're going to go have a look at, and we're going to have a little look at what looks like might be a trail that they're using, because they're not coming up through here anymore. So let's go have a quick peek there. Right there is a burrow for something underneath there. You can see all the tracks going in and out of that spot, and up above. Yeah, this little mound of rocks and roots and stuff looks like it's a looks like it's some kind of hotel. There's a lot of action around it. All right, let's have a look down here. So there's some tracks of where a deer is coming across the marsh, but just one set of tracks. So you can see down here, there's a few sets, and these are different. Yeah, this is very wet here, but it's starting to freeze. So this is definitely coyote. Yeah, they're coming right through here. The snow is coming down. Okay, that camera, the E9, is in the wrong spot now. Didn't used to be. But here is where they're coming out of the marsh. So this is a good spot, a really good spot for the E9 because it has no batteries. It runs strictly off the solar cell. And we can get that up high. All right, so that's a job for another day very soon. Get back in here and relocate that camera. I don't have the tools with me right now to do it. Okay, one camera left to check. Okay. So, another plan. There is a route that I can put an ATV path down to the E9 camera and out here. So that's also on the job list. Okay. So this is our A60. And I don't see any tracks around it at all. All right, we'll just have a closer look at it. Make sure it's still got battery life. The bush is really, really quiet right now. There's just not much going on. Of course, the hunters are out all around here. As I've mentioned before, I only let one person back in here to hunt on my property. Kind of hoping the deer would find this as a bit of a haven back here. All right, let's see what's going on. Okay, we have battery life. Yeah, we seem to be doing okay. We're halfway down, so that's not too bad. All right, we're going to start this camera back up. Start. And head back out. So you can learn an awful lot about the bush when you come back in here in the winter. You can see the tracks all over the place, and a lot of the times you can tell what kind of animal it is that's going through there. Just a little bit of practice and a little bit of study. You can figure out what's been marching around out in the bush that you're in. So it is quite fun to do, even if you don't have a trail camera. It's still quite fun to get out and have a look around and try to figure out what it is that's moving around in the bush. It's very interesting, and I really enjoy doing it. Plus, we're outside in the fresh air, and it's just beautiful out here. So we've got one camera that we're going to come back and move. I've downloaded a few of the video clips from the two Wi-Fi cameras. We'll have a quick peek at that, but that's not our monthly. We're still a few weeks away from the monthly trail camera video. So all my trail cameras are Guard Pro cameras. There's an affiliate link in the description of this video. Plus there is a coupon code. Go into the description and check that coupon code if you're looking to get a really good price on a really good trail camera. So that's going to be it for today's video, folks. I hope you've been finding it interesting, or at the very least a little enjoyable, and if you have, please give it a thumbs up and share it around if you know somebody else who you think might find it interesting. And I'd love to have you subscribe to the channel. That would really help. We are growing, and I'm really, really happy about that. So remember to stay safe out there, be good to each other, and we will see you out on the trails the next time.